ओम महादेवी च विद्महे विष्णुपत्नी च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्.
Today I am going to talk about the substances which is used to purify and cleanse the aura, which you can use it across. First is the darba grass. What you call it as darbai. The darbai is used to transmit the psychic energy, which is blue in color. If you are very psychic, you can see it. Now that has been actually used by many Brahmins to treat Pavamana Suktam. They also use it to what you call it as do the prokshana. They purify the aura and the chakra by using this particular method. So darba grass has been used to time immemorial to cleanse the aura. For example, if you feel a lot of energy which is being stuck, you find it very difficult, take the darba grass and bring down the energy across. Now this will be very, very helpful to you to bring down the energy. Suppose you want to move the energy in the different parts of the body, then the darba grass will be very, very helpful to you to move the energy. The next one which is being used across in the time immemorial is the peacock feathers. Now peacock feathers, if you go to a Muslim place and they will try to purify and move or remove your psychic dirt or what you call it as a psychic energy by trying to bless you. They will try to cleanse all the 7 chakras and they will do it. This you can go and see it in the dargah also. This is used to purify the what you call it as the aura and the chakra. Now the other superfood which is being used across the time immemorial is that of lemon. Now suppose you have a severe psychic attack, you feel the energy is locked and blocked, you keep the lemon and you give the bali. It will open up the chakras very, very easily. I have done it many times. It's a wonderful methodology to open up and to cleanse the chakras. You can also do the reverse swelling of the energy, which is used to deliver the removal of the psychic dirt and the psychic negativity. The other substance which is being used by the Muslims is the eggs. The eggs are used to swirl away the psychic negativity. Now for example, you see magicians, people who are swirling the energy and they say, na drishti kadikra, I remove the psychic dirt, I remove the negative eye, I remove the evil eye. They all try to use it by using the what you call it as the egg. Egg is used to remove the psychic thing. The other one is the salt, the mother. It's actually the Greek used to trade a lot of things for salt. So salt is a wonderful cleanser. It's a wonderful cleanser of aura and chakra. Now you can go and have an ocean bath. You can have put the water and you can have it. This is a wonderful way to purify your aura. Another way to purify the aura is using the sambrani. Now sambrani is an excellent aura purifier. You put the sambrani, some people say pal sambrani, all that, no need, nothing to worry. Just put the sage grass and you inhale it. You'll feel the aura calming down, the chakra swirling in the right direction. It is an excellent way. The other one is you can use the serangotai. Serangotai is used to remove the karmic and the psychic dirt. It is used by a lot of Muslim people to remove the psychic dirt from the aura. So therefore, time immemorial, lot of people have used salt, lemon. Some people use manjal. Now for example, you see women actually pressing the manjal and clearing it. That is a wonderful way to cleanse the aura. They try to put it their entire body and they cleanse it across. And the other one is some people use vepala. That is they archify the vepala. They try to put it in different parts of the body and then they try to cleanse the aura. This is an excellent way to clean the aura. Oil massage also is an excellent way to clean the aura. Deep oil massage, which is being practiced in Panchakarma, is used to purify the aura a lot. Now these are different substances which has been used across, and then there is another substance. I forgot the name of the substance. It's like a white powder, Venkungalium, which is also used across. A variety of substances used to purify the aura, and also the turmeric is also an excellent way to purify the aura. So please understand, many people are selling the bath soap and all that particular thing. There is no need to use that. Payatamavu. Payatamavu is an excellent. You try to rub the payatamavu and have the bath. You feel tired. You feel an excellent way to do it. Another way to remove the karmic dirt is the Diwali Kuliyan, where you rub the oil in the body very deeply and you take the shikaka and you try to spread it over the entire body and you remove it. This is an excellent karmic purifiers which has been developed time immemorial, especially shikaka. That's why before a ritual they ask you to have the shikaka. All these things have something in common. All of them are bitter in substances, which is not very sweet. So all the bitter substances remove. According to Ayurveda, bitter excess will lead to virechana. The great Ashtanga Hridayam talks about it, or Vagbata, and therefore these are all used to remove the auric dirt, what you call chakra dirt, and you will start glowing like gold. Of course, I am talking about different kinds of spiritual techniques available in the world. Whatever I have shared with you, please share it with others. May all beings who see this video, may they get enlightened. May those who have heard my name and who have interacted me at any level, at any point of time, may they all get enlightened. May I be the boat to carry over many souls across the ocean of existence. And thank you so much for the video seen. Thank you. Hello. Today I am going to talk the 108 spiritual technique. In that we are coming to a very important part called karma. Now one of my friend, he came and told me, he said, karma is a big kurma. I don't understand it. I asked what is the meaning of it. He said, see, they put all the vegetables and over that they add a lot of things. You don't understand what vegetables you are there. That is the same way people think about karma. And many people think karma has to be endured and karma can't be overcome. Wrong. Karma can be overcome by using upayas, by using nema, nishta, and also to a very large extent dana. Everything can be used to overcome the laws of karma. But you have to come to the level of understanding how to use that. So first of all, many people try to talk about the quantity of karma. They try to talk about the big karma, sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, the current karma experiencing, agamani karma, and which is the current karma experiencing. All that theory is what you call it, will be very confusing. All you need to take is a very tantric approach. The tantric approach to karma is about the shat karma, where they talk about Vasya, Mogana, Akarshna, Vidveshana, Uchadana, Marana. That's all. They talk about the 6 karma, and it is a very practical approach towards the karma. Now why? Because you can use a lot of upayas for this. For example, a husband and wife is fighting with each other. What do they have between is Vidveshana. You can talk about prarabdha karmas and it's all rubbish. It's not going to help you. So all you need to do is Vidveshana. How to convert the hate into love is what the sadhana is going to be all about. For example, the children are not listening to what you are saying. It's nothing but Vidveshana karma. So all you need to make them understand is how to make him understand. It is out of love. It means it is Vasya and Mogana. So in most places, people don't understand the application of karma. They talk about different things. For example, there is old age, there is sickness, there is death, there is pain. It is universal. It has nothing to do with karma. And therefore, the first thing you have to understand is karma is the effect of action. For example, I look at somebody and say, hi, how are you? Now, he is going to take it very positively. But in a very rude manner, I asked, how are you? My words are going to become like a sharp needle and it is going to hit the heart chakra. He is going to see a lot of pain. That's why many people get very angry and they say, I have not done anything. Why are you getting upset? It is just their behavior, their attitude, the tone of the voice gives a lot of vidveshana. So therefore you have to understand how to use the karma which is happening in front of you. Now many people talk about the ripe karma, the unripe karma, the karma which is in action. All that is very confusing. All you need to do is to employ the law of opposites. What the great Patanjali talks about, praya chitta. Praya chitta means the reversal of chitta. The chitta goes back. Now in Christianity, they have a very, very interesting way to do prayachita. They do confession, then they get blessing, then they go ahead and try to solve the problem across the person. So therefore, the same way, you accept your wrong, you use upayas, different kinds of upayas, mantra, gemstone, food, niyama, fasting are different kinds of upaya, both the positive and the negative upaya to overcome your lie, overcome your difficulty. So karma defined by the great Gautam the Buddha, he says actions which are done with unawareness. What you call it as incomplete action or actions which are done with unawareness. So become very, very conscious and you do that. For example, if you employ this principle of accepting the defeat and offering victory to yourself and considering yourself lower to others, you will not have any conflict. Now many people have a conflict with people who are equal, not with people who are below or people who are above. The reason is they don't consider themselves as lower than the others. They expect the other person to be intelligent, understanding, very loving. Suppose you employ the upaya of in loving we are loved. First give the love and then you will be loved. And if you are patient with love, eventually it will bloom into something. So karma has to be approached from the level of the prayachita of what you call it as karma has a multi-dimensional leading, but for practical purpose use this karma. The second level of karma is what you call it as the negative dark energy which is there in the aura and the chakra. It's a very, very easy way to define. For example, in many of the aura and chakra which is afflicted by Rahu Ketu, I have seen snake-like kind of creatures there. If you take it and you throw it, they become okay with the whole thing. So the point is that divine light opens up, it cleanses the aura and the chakra and the people become okay with the entire thing. So, in a way, the ultimate karma is not to be born. The second ultimate karma is not to treat this world as an illusion. And the third thing is hoping this old age, death, sickness will not affect you. All these things are not true. So the first thing is, remember, karma need not be suffered or endured. It has to be understood. And that's what Franz of Assisi says very beautifully. It is an understanding that we are understood. In Tibetan Buddhism, they talk about accepting the defeat and offering the victory. The other level is you remove the karmic dirt from the person. His chakra expands, his heart essence expands, his aura expands. Automatically, the person becomes very, very peaceful across. So this is the attitude of karma which has to be taken, and it also you need to apply the karma vipak. What you do is creating problems for others. For example, there was a man who was having a trouble with his boss. I told him very clearly, you are torturing your wife, that is why you are having trouble with your boss. What you are doing inside the house is getting reflected outside. What you are doing outside the house is getting reflected inside. I know somebody who had a very, very disturbed child, but he was torturing everybody in the office and immediately he got a very, very disturbed child. The more people used to curse him in the office, the more child got disturbed. There was a woman who used to call her brother stupid idiot. She had a son who was not very intelligent and she started crying a lot. So therefore you have to understand karma vipak means what you are doing and what is leading that particular action to you. The karma has a simple rule. What you love will go away from your life. What you hate will remain. That's why people remain with their sons who are very ungrateful, who are always fighting, who are creating all kinds of trouble, and the loved children are always abroad. They are not there, and half the time they are not interested in being with them itself, which means the karma is over. So if you love something, the karma is over because love is God. If the love has already come, the karma is over. If your understanding is complete, purna, you become samyuk sambuddhaya. The completion of karma must be long, short and all. That is the level in which the karmic purity comes. Now, when your third eye opens, you know the purpose why you are with that person, and also the purpose the other person is into your life. Now, many people don't think the other person has come with a purpose. They think there is no divine plan, there is no divine learning, there is no going back. These are all people whose antakarna is cut, whose soul cord is cut, and who are not connected with the divine. Remember, this is a world filled with God. And people think, oh, there is no God. Now, godliness, if you take, you can easily understand. And life is like a mirror. It keeps on echoing. What you do come back to you, but not with the same person in the same place. It comes from the opposite. When a man does a karma, it comes through the women. When the elder does the karma, it comes through the younger. When you do wholesale karma, it comes as retail. When you come as retail karma, it comes as wholesale. I know there was a businessman who used to torture a lot of people who are his staff. He got into a court case with a guy who took his money, who took his patent name, who took all his goods, and he told, go put the case. We will see when you're going to win this case across. So therefore, because he was torturing all his younger people. So remember, whenever you have a bad boss, look how you're torturing your wife and children. It's karma, you have to employ the law of opposites to understand. And that is a class we have shared with people. If you want, you can always learn the class. Thank you so much for watching the video. May all beings who see this video, may they get enlightened. May they all be free of all karmic debts and rina. And may they be filled with peace. Thank you. Namaste. Today I am going to speak on the teacher called Osho Rajneesh. Remember my words very clearly. I am not telling him as a master. I am telling him as a teacher. Now there are 3-4 points which are very good about Osho Rajneesh. The first one, he was the first guy to break the taboo of sex. In fact, the birth of the Tantra in terms of sexuality was opened up in a major manner by Osho Rajneesh. Today you see a lot of teachers in the realm of sexuality, Tantra, Kundalini. All that was opened in a major manner by Rajneesh. The second thing was, Rajneesh was such a extraordinary person about in terms of knowledge. He spoke about Zen, Tao, Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, Song of Saraha. In fact, I was very lucky to stay in Trichy in Mohan Bharati's place. They had a Osho Rajneesh Sastram there, and he had almost the 540 books. But I could not afford to read all the books because it was very expensive. In fact, I went on to stay in that particular place for a lot of months, and I read a lot of books about Osho. In fact, I used to love the title like Ding Dang, Dock Dang, Tao, the Zen, everything. Amazing range. I have never seen a teacher who could speak about a tradition so much on a very superficial level. Of course, it was without a practice. The third most important thing about Rajneesh was, he was a very tantric man in his approach. Though he was born in a Jain family, Rishabha Lagna, a lot of planets were in the 8th house. He was very, very tantric in his approach. He never had any rules, regulation. In fact, he went on to buy a lot of Rolls Royce. I felt he was addicted to Rolls Royce. He was addicted to luxury. And I saw the interview of a lady who worked for him, Ma Sheila, who told he used to take 60 milligram of drugs every day. And also his eyes was extraordinary eyes. The eyes which shone like a torchlight, which very few people had. But of course, I wanted to be in the Osho Ashram and all that thing. Then later one man told me, he said he has Vak Siddhi, so you'll be addicted to his words, so don't get carried away. Remember, the sadhana is too long a thing, and remember that. And he was a sadhu. He got a book, myself and him, we went to Giri Traders. He took a book, How I Have Reached God. That was like A lot of saints' names were there. He wrote my name finally. I was so amazed. I asked him why. He said, no, you're a very good sadhak, but he also warned me. He told, be careful with Osho's words because they're very addictive and they're very superficial and people don't realize sadhana is different, bodhana is different. So the point is, I would request anybody who is doing Osho sadhana, they all graduate, they come to mantras, they come to ritual, they come to the other end of the thing. The fascination about Osho's sadhana is about the sexual part of it. But of course, these days it's so much available. I've seen about sexual sublimation, Pariyanga yoga. It is so available, like Mantakchiya, who talk about a lot of things in this particular manner. Of course, that time it was vogue. He wrote the book Sex to Super Consciousness. Of course, I practiced dynamic meditation. I practiced his Kundalini, Nada Brahm. I've attended his initial meditation. I always found it was good, but then it was not something magical. Like all good things in life, Osho was a beautiful opening. In fact, I had my first spiritual experiences reading his single book, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. In the introduction, Patanjali talks about Abhyasa Vairagya Iti Yoga. Now, you want to master yoga, you need Abhyasa and Vairagya. I used to go on reading it again and again and sit for hours together. And what a book. It really changed my life. It's called Alpha, the Yoga Alpha and the Omega. He was a fantastic, he could produce so many books because he will record, type, and then the book used to come out. And of course, I learnt a lot about Taoism and I learnt a lot about Tantra, Zen Buddhism. The initial opening came from that. But later, as you graduate, you realize from UKG, LKG, you have to start moving on. And he was a great man, of course, no doubt, but he was more of a commentator. He is like Harsha Bhogle, who could comment about anything and everything without playing a cricket, and wonderful commentary. I think Bhagavan Ramana must have got that kind of a voice. He would have become tremendously world famous. About witnessing, I've never seen a guy who could explain it so well, so deep. Probably he never witnessed himself. And absolutely a great reader, a great philosopher, Harsha Bhogle. But sometimes it's very beautiful to travel with Harsha Bhogle because you realize sometimes you need commentators, you need philosophers, you need poets. But after all, at the end of the day, you come back and ask yourself that, do you read a real guru? A guru will shock you. That's what very beautifully Jalaluddin Rumi said. I was raw, cooked, burnt and served before God. That's what a guru would do. But Osho Rajneesh, a man of immense knowledge and a man who spoke, who broke many things in his tradition, who could combine the Western psychotherapy, and he was bold enough to call Freud a fraud, and he broke the very back of the Western psychotherapy, and he inspired the LSN model. And what a man, full of controversies, sound, so much of court cases running here and there. Of course, that is what you would expect from a tantric. And keep watching. You will always find these things important. But I request you, are going to do a very deep sadhana, read Osho book, but never try to follow the meditation technique because it will never lead you to God. Thank you so much. Modern masters. Of course, many people will not accept a Western woman as a great inspirer of tradition, and especially a woman, they will not accept it as a tradition. I would rank Barbara Brenman, the game changer of the Western spiritual world, and an amazing woman who was an ex-Tibetan monk in her past life. where she talks about being a Tibetan monk in the past life and how she has done a lot of sadhana in her past life across a person. But amazing, man. She wrote a book called Hands on Light, and she wrote a book on light emerging, and she wrote about chakras and auras, and certified and sealed the Indian spirituality. Many people look up to her, both the Western and the Indian world, and she was a game changer, a disruptor, a woman who rose high above the rank. I would still consider her as very saintly in her approach. Of course, she has this school called Barbara Brennan School of Healing, which I would always appreciate. She tries to make it scientific. She organized the school, she trained the teachers, and they in turn train a lot of people. Of course, they learn how to teach the energy body and all that particular thing, which I truly appreciate. But I have a certain skepticism about her. What she could do, many people could not do. She was using beings from the other world. They had opened a portal, and through that portal there was a lot of beings which are coming in to her, and she was able to heal them with a lot of speed and clarity. And she used to channel a lot. Of course, her channeling was called Henon, but amazing lady. Now, there was also a Brazilian healer. I forgot his name. He was called Anthony the God or somebody like that. And he also had an amazing ability to heal, but he was using a lot of beings. The only one problem with the Barbara Brennan technique is her theory is amazing, wonderful about aura, chakra, amazing. But the practice part of it is, I do not know. I don't know really whether you can heal the way she has healed, you can perform the way she has performed. I do not know about it. And The Light Emerging is a wonderful book, but the problem with that book is it does not talk about the dark vortex, the psychic attack of the beings and the beings who come from the other world if the portal is open. I really doubt she talks about in depth about it, because I feel she would have scared a lot of people with her. And what she knew and what she wrote are two different things. She wrote a very, very minuscule portion of what she knew, because sometimes when I compare my experiences with her, I was amazed that sometimes I feel she did not speak in depth. But she was a very great inspiration, and to the Western world, an iconic figure in the 20th century, no doubt about it. Of course, I would call her the Martina Navratilova of tennis, a legend in her own way. But the Brennan School of Healing helps a lot of people. Of course, you can read her theory, it's wonderful. And I found her knowledge of the other esoteric tradition little limited, but she wrote about her experiences and she shared her technique, which is good. A person of very good morality and very a great woman. My respect to her. And of course, if ever you ask me the 10 great people whom I would like to meet, is one of her as a person. Tremendous person, no doubt about it. Many Indian saints, the current Indian saints whom we revere and worship, will not stand a chance against her energy and knowledge. But she's a Western woman who does not wear a garua and who probably cuts her hair. But amazing spirituality. Hats off to her. Thank you. வணக்கம். நான் இன்னைக்கு மெயினாக பேச போகிறது ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ஹாரோஸ்கோப்பு. அந்த ஹாரோஸ்கோப் பரிகாரத்துக்கு கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. அந்த பரிகாரம் பற்றியும் பேச போகிறேன், ஹாரோஸ்கோப் டீட்டெயில்ஸும் பேச போகிறேன். ஏன் மெயின் காரணம்னா, இப்போ நிறைய பேருக்கு டவுட்டு, பரிகாரம் வேலை செய்யுமா? ரெண்டாவது என்ன டவுட்டு, பரிகாரத்தை எந்த ஆங்கிள்லேருந்து பார்க்கணும், எப்படி சால்வ் பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறது தான் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அதனால் ஃபஸ்ட்டு நான் அந்த டேட் ஆஃப் பர்த் ஆஃப் தட் பரிகாரத்தை நான் சொல்லிடுறேன். ஏன்னா காரணம் என்னென்னா, இது இப்போ டேட் ஆஃப் பர்த், டைம் ஆஃப் பர்த் இருந்ததுன்னா நீங்களே ஹாரோஸ்கோப் போடலாம். அஃப்கோர்ஸ் டிஸ்பிளேயில் ஹாரோஸ்கோப் காட்டுவாங்க. இந்த டேட் ஆஃப் பர்த் வந்து 15 ஜனவரி 1969. அவர் வந்து பிறந்த இடம் பெங்களூரு. அவர் வந்து லக்னம் வந்து மிதுன லக்னம், 4ஆம் வீட்டில் வந்து சந்திரன் கேது குரு, அதே மாதிரி 5ஆம் வீட்டில் செவ்வாய், அவருக்கு வந்து 7ஆம் வீட்டில் சூரியன், 8ஆம் வீட்டில் புதன், அவருக்கு வந்து 9ஆம் வீட்டில் சுக்கிரன் அண்டு 10ஆம் வீட்டில் சனி ராகு. அவர் வந்து ஒரு பெங்களூர் மல்டிநேஷ்னல் கம்பெனியில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருந்தார். ரொம்ப நாள் அந்த கம்பெனியில் ஒர்க் பண்ணிவிட்டு அப்புறம் வேறு கம்பெனி மாறிக்கிட்டே இருந்தார். நான் கேட்டேன், நீங்கள் வேறு கம்பெனி மாற உங்களுக்கு வந்து அப்படியே டிட்டோரேஷனில் போச்சா அப்படின்னு வந்து நான் கேட்டேன். அவர் வந்து ஆமாம், எனக்கு அப்படியே டிட்டோரேஷனில் போச்சு, நான் பீக்கில் இருந்தபோது இப்போ இல்லை அந்த மாதிரி அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். அப்போ அவர் என்ன பண்ணார், இந்த நிறையா ஆண்டர்ப்ரூனர் அசோசியேஷனுக்கு நிறையா லெக்சர் எடுக்கிறது, நிறைய பேருக்கு கிளாஸ் எடுக்கிறது, அந்த மாதிரி சம்மந்தப்பட்ட விஷயத்தில் அவர் போக ஆரம்பித்தார். ஃபஸ்ட்டு இவருடைய ஹாரோஸ்கோப்போட வீக்னஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, சனியை வந்து நாங்கள் லக்னமாக எடுத்துப்போம். ஏன்னா பிருகு நந்தி நாடிப்படி சனிதான் மெயினான லக்னம். அந்த சனியில் வந்து ராகுவோடு சேர்ந்துருக்கு.
ஹாய் எவ்ரிவன், என்னோட பேர் ஷியாம். நான் வந்து ஸ்ரீ கேபி கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்கள்ட்ட தான் நான் கைடன்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கிறேன். ஸோ சார் வந்து எனக்கு ரொம்ப நாளாகவே வந்து என்னோட கல்யாணத்துலேருந்து ஆரம்பித்து குழந்தை பிறக்கிறது, இந்த மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியா ஆஃப் லைஃப், என்னோட கேரியர், பர்சனல் லைஃப், ப்ரொஃபஷனல் லைஃப்னு ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியாலையுமே எனக்கு கைடன்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. அவர் கொடுக்குற கைடன்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, நீங்கள் வந்து ஷார்ட்டாக அப்படியே நீங்கள் ஒரு மெடிக்கல் ப்ரிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனை எப்படி நீங்கள் வந்து கண்மூடித்தனமாக ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவீங்களோ அந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் ஃபாலோ பண்ணலாம்.
என் பேர் நடராஜன். நான் இங்கே வந்து கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் சார்கிட்ட தான் கைடன்ஸ் எடுத்துருக்கேன். நான் போன வருஷம்லாம் எப்படி இருந்தேன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும். இங்கே வந்து நான் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கேன். அவரோட கைடன்ஸால் தான் இப்போவும் இருக்குது. என்னோடய ஃபேமிலியும் நல்ல ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கேன். இப்போ இருக்கிறதுக்கு கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் சாரோட கைட்லைன்ஸ் தான். தேங்க்யூ.
நமஸ்காரம் சார், என் பேர் ஸ்ரீனிவாசன். நான் கேபி கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் சார்கிட்ட ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன். அவர் கொடுத்த கைட்லைன்ஸால் நல்ல நிலமையில் இருக்கேன். ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு இருந்தேன். இப்போ நானும் என் ஃபேமிலியும் ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருக்குது. நிம்மதியான லைஃப் நல்லா இருக்குது.
ஸோ எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து ஐ ஸ்ட்ராங்லி ரெக்கமெண்ட் கேபி கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் சாரோட கைடன்ஸ். அவரோட கைடன்ஸை எடுத்துக்கோங்க, லைஃப்பில் கண்டிப்பாக க்ரோ ஆகலாம். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
புலிப்பாணி சொல்கிற மாதிரி சிகியோடு எவர் செய்யினும் தெய்வர். ஸோ சனியோட ராகு சேர்ந்ததுனால இவருடைய கேரியர் வந்து அப்படியே டிட்டோரேஷனில் போயிருந்துருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி இவருக்கு குரு கேது சந்திரன் 7ஆம் வீட்டில் இருக்குது. அதாவது 10க்குடைய சனி வந்து கரெக்டாக இவருக்கு 7ஆம் வீட்டில் இருக்குது. அதனால் இவருக்கு வந்து கல்யாணம் ஆனப்புறம் நிறையா லிஃப்ட் ஆச்சு கேரியர், ஆமாம் அப்படின்னாரு. அதே மாதிரி இவருக்கு வந்து சந்திரன் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங்கு, 10க்குடையவனோடு இருக்குது. கல்யாணம் ஆகி குழந்த பிறந்தப்புறம் நல்லா கேரியர் டெவலப் ஆச்சா அப்படின்னு கேட்டேன். ஆமாம் அப்படின்றத வந்து சொன்னார். ஸோ ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து சனியை லக்னமாக எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம், அப்புறம் ராகு கேதுவும் வந்து எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம். ஸோ இவர் எந்தெந்த கம்பெனியில் ஒர்க் பண்ணார், என்னென்ன டைரக்ஷனில் ஒர்க் பண்ணாருன்னு நான் மார்க் பண்ண சொன்னேன். அவர் வந்து மார்க் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே வந்தார். ஒரு பயங்கர ஸ்ட்ரேஞ்ச் பேட்டர்ன் பார்த்தார். எப்பெல்லாம் அவர் நார்த்து டைரக்ஷனில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்காரோ அப்போல்லாம் அவருக்கு வேலை கிடச்சிருக்கு. எப்பெல்லாம் மீதி டைரக்ஷன், இப்போ உதாரணத்துக்கு சவுத்தில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்காரு, அதே மாதிரி ஈஸ்டில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருக்காரு, அப்போல்லாம் அவருக்கு வந்து ப்ராப்ளமேட்டிக்காக இருந்திருக்கு. இப்போ நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நவகிரகங்களை வச்சு நீங்கள் டைரக்ஷனை ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஈஸ்ட்ன்றது வீனஸ், சவுத் ஈஸ்ட்ன்றது வந்து சந்திரன், சவுத்துன்றது மார்ஸு, சவுத் வெஸ்ட்ன்றது ராகு, வெஸ்ட்ன்றது சனி, நார்த் வெஸ்ட்ன்றது கேது, நார்த்துன்றது குரு. அவருக்கு குரு ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்கிறதுனால நார்த்து டைரக்ஷனில் நிறையா நல்ல விஷயங்கள் நடந்திருக்கு. அதனால் நான் என்ன சொன்னேன், நீங்கள் வந்து பரிகாரத்துக்கு கொடுங்க, 90 days கொடுங்க, உங்களுக்கு ஈஸியாக வேலை கிடச்சிரும் அப்படின்னு. அவர் பரிகாரம் கொடுத்தவுடனே அவருக்கு வந்து கோவிட் அப்படின்ற இந்த பிரச்சனை வந்தது. வேலை கிடைக்குமா அப்படின்னு இருந்தார். நான் சொன்னேன், இல்லை சும்மா நீங்கள் ஒர்க் பண்ண பழைய கம்பெனிக்கு போங்க, அந்த நார்த்து டைரக்ஷன்லேயே ட்ராவல் பண்ணுங்க அப்படின்னு அவர் ட்ராவல் பண்ண ஆரம்பித்தார். அவருக்கு ராகு கேது பூஜை பண்ண ஆரம்பித்தோம். ராகு கேது பூஜை பண்ண அவருக்கு நிறையா ஒரு இன்டர்வியூ வந்தது. அவங்களே ஆன்லைன்லேயே ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணாங்க. அவருக்கு வேலை கிடச்சிச்சு. இன்ஃபேக்ட் அவர் இந்த வர 15ஆம் தேதி வேலையில் சேர போகிறாரு. அவங்க ஒய்ஃப் ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் அப்படின்னு நினச்சிருந்தாங்க. நாங்கள் பேரை மென்ஷன் பண்ணுறதில்ல, ஏன்னா பேரை மென்ஷன் பண்ணால் அது அவங்களுடைய பர்சனல் ப்ரைவசி டீட்டெயில். ஹாரோஸ்கோப்பை மென்ஷன் பண்ணும்போது அது யார் எவருன்றது யாருக்குமே தெரியாது. இது ஒரு ஃபைன் எக்ஸாம்பிள். பரிகாரமும் செஞ்சோம் ராகு கேதுக்கு. அதே மாதிரி அவருக்கு கரெக்டான அலைன்மெண்ட்டும் சொல்லிக் கொடுத்தோம், கரெக்டான டைரக்ஷன் அலைன்மெண்ட்டும் சொல்லிக் கொடுத்தோம். இமீடியட்டாக அவர் லைஃப் பீஸ்ஃபுல்லாக செட்டில் ஆகி விட்டது. இது ஒரு எக்ஸலண்ட் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆஃப் பரிகாரம் பிகமிங் சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல். அண்டு பரிகாரத்தினால தான் வேலை கிடச்சிது. அவருக்கு ஒரு கிட்டத்தட்ட 4-5 மாதமாக வேலையே இல்லை. அவர் எங்கெங்கேயோ ட்ரை பண்ணியிருந்தார், பெரிய பொசிஷனில் ஒர்க் பண்ணியிருந்தார். ஆனால் அந்த கம்பெனியில் ஒர்க் பண்ணுறவங்க அவங்க ஒழுங்காக சம்பளம் கிம்பளம் ஒன்றுமே கொடுக்கல. இதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்க ரெஃபரலில் வந்தாங்க. யாரோ எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச கிளைண்ட்டு, அவங்க பெங்களூரில் இருக்காங்க. அந்த அம்மா அவங்க ஒய்ஃப் ஃபோன் பண்ணி மெசேஜ் பண்ணாங்க, ரொம்ப தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச்னாங்க. நாங்களும் ஓகே அப்படின்ட்டோம். இது வெரி குட் எக்ஸாம்பிள். அந்த 90 டேஸ்க்குள்ளே பரிகாரம் பண்ணி கிடச்சிது. அந்த நார்த்து டைரக்ஷன், ஏன்னா காரணம் ஒரு குரு ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்காங்கன்னா நாட்டில் தான் அவருக்கு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வரும்னு சொன்னோம். அவர் தே ஃபெல்ட் வெரி வெரி ஹாப்பி வித் த என்டையர் கைடன்ஸ். அதே மாதிரி நான் என்ன சொன்னேன், வந்த வேலையை எடுத்துக்கோங்க, வந்த ஃபஸ்ட்டு வேலையை எடுத்துக்கோங்க, அடிக்கடி மாற்றாதீங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். அவங்களும் வந்த ஃபஸ்ட்டு வேலையை எடுத்துட்டாங்க. இது ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டான ஒரு விஷயம். இந்த மாதிரி நாங்கள் நிறைய பேர் சக்ஸஸ் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்கோம். இது இந்த ஹாரோஸ்கோப்பில் ராகு கேதுக்கு தான் பூஜை பண்ணணுன்னு ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். சனி ராகு 10 குடையவன் கேதோடு இருக்கிறதுனால ராகு கேதோடு பண்ணோம். சனி தான் காரகத்துவமாக எடுத்துட்டோம் அண்ட் ஈஸியாக சொன்னோம், அவருக்கு சக்ஸஸ் ஆகிவிட்டது. அதனால் இதை நிறைய பேர் ஹாரோஸ்கோப்பில் யூஸ் செய்து கொள்ளலாம். கண்டிப்பாக அவங்க லைஃப் நன்றாகவே இருக்கும். தொடர்ந்து பாருங்கள். இந்த மாதிரி நிறையா சக்ஸஸ் ஸ்டோரி ஹாரோஸ்கோப்போடு கொடுக்க போகிறோம். ஏன்னா அது நிறையா ஜோதிடர்களுக்கு உபயோகமாக இருக்கும். அவங்க அதை ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக யூஸ் பண்ணி எப்படி முன்னுக்கு வரலாம் அப்படின்றத பார்த்து கொள்ளலாம். இந்த மாதிரி லைவ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நிறைய பேரால் கொடுக்க முடியாது. நிறைய பேர் ஹாரோஸ்கோப்பில் இவன் பார்க்குறான் அவன் பார்க்குறான் அப்படின்ற பேச்சு பேசலாம். இது இப்போ கான்ஃபரன்ஸில் என்ன வேணால் பேசலாம். ரியல் லைவ் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பரிகாரம் பண்ணி சக்ஸஸ் ஆன ஸ்டோரி. தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச். Namaste. Today we are going to talk about the major trends in the world which are going to break off in the next 20 years. All these trends will be very very useful to you. First of all, most of the people try to blame astrologers. They simply say, I am not an astrologer, so do not ask me. They say, I am not a person who can predict the future. But future can be predicted provided you know the trends which are breaking across. The first and the most important trend breaking is the end of money. The end of money does not mean the money is going to disappear. The physical money is going to disappear, which means no more there will be coin and notes. There will be digital money which will be available, which people will try to transact that digital money everywhere. Now, for example, there won't be any kind of exchange. It will be all done through a payment gateway of different modes. For example, you have Paytm today, PayUmoney, MobiKwik. These are different things which will evolve, where even if you go to a tea shop and try to pay 50 rupees or 100 rupees for a tea, you would be able to transfer that money. No longer the physical money will be available. It will be a major change which will be coming in the 20 years. In fact, everything will be definitely a digital money. You will find it very, very difficult to transact money itself. In fact, future you will have museum which tells humanity has used these kinds of note, these kind of coins across. The spillover effect of it is the banking industry will undergo a massive change. The banking industry will go where you no longer will earn money through fixed deposit or through recurring deposit. All those banking instruments which are we use will slowly get deleted. For example, checks will get deleted. For example, draft will get deleted. Lot of these things will get deleted across into daily living. The problem with many people is they are not aware, and many people are trying to work in the bank. Remember, in the next 10 years of your time, your banking industry will undergo a massive change. You will have job losses, job cut, where bank will be only an instrument of lending, and no longer you would be able to deposit the money in the banks and make money out of interest. You need to use financial instruments like stock market, mutual funds, gold, ETF. All that thing will be happening across. The third one is all the payments will get digital. For example, standing in the queue, electricity bill, any bill you would be able to pay digital, where the entire train booking, flight booking, anywhere where you are standing in the queue, where you need a receipt, everything will become digital. Right now it's a cinema theater, but slowly it will come into electricity, housing, every aspect of your life, where you will be able to pay only through digital. For example, school fees, for example, house rent, all that thing will undergo a massive change. So the color of money is changing. It has become electric, it has become electronic, where you no longer use coins and notes to pay. Even small transactions will be paid only through the digital medium. So banks will disappear, the mutual funds houses, the financial houses will become big, and people will be learning. The second most important destructive force is the end of the education, the beginning of new era of education. Earlier you had the CBSE board, you had the ICSE board, you had the many boards across. All these boards will become defunct. In fact, the entire education system will become global. You will be able to get a degree both online. Most of the degrees would be online. You would be getting degrees from America, Australia, England, New Zealand, anywhere you wish. You will be able to get a degree. You will also be able to train any kind of skill. For example, you want to learn dancing, poetry, music, anything, you would be able to learn from that. Plus, you would be able to learn also the many aspects of suppose the company talks about a corporate program, management program, all that will become digital. You will no longer be employed based on your degree, but based on your skill ability. For example, what are the skill abilities you have and how it will be used. That will be the major thing which will be there than anything else. So do not get lost in the idea of putting your words in the schools, colleges, and it will all become digital, where you can study from the house at your leisure. You would be able to read in your pace. everything will go. It will not only be Byju's app, there will be millions of apps, and there will be millions of YouTube videos where you can learn everything online. And also there will be tests which will be conducted, and you would go into the act of using the test. The third thing is the form of democracy will change. You no longer need ballot papers, you no longer need the ballot thing. All you need is to do is an ID, create an ID, go inside, and you will be able to vote. You will be able to vote for your municipal election, Lok Sabha election, any kind of election across the globe. It will be like an opinion poll where you can cast your vote, use your ID, and do it across. This is a very, very important step. The fourth most important change what people will be having is all your identification will be digital. You no longer need to carry your passport, your what you call ID card or any card. It will be digital, and people will be able to access all your information about your past, present using these digital transactions, both your bank, your what you call online money transactions, or whatever you do, you will have your data will be there, and people will be given a digital certificate where they can use it across. Now this is going to be a major thing. The fourth thing is the evolution of cameras will happen in such a manner that you will have cameras everywhere. You will have cameras inside the house, outside the house. You would have cameras in the flat, cameras in the road. You will get recorded about everything and anything in the future. The other most important thing is the evolution of the cell phone, where you will have 5 TB cell phones, a small cell phone. You would be able to have 5 TB, and you will have huge kind of like for example 20 gigabytes. The speed will increase a lot. Whatever you are seeing, it will increase almost 100 times in the coming 20 years. Mobile is going to be the major instrument, where you would be able to watch videos, see it, and all things connected with mobile would undergo a massive change. The other most important thing is that of the travel industry would undergo a huge change. The leisure travel will increase, the regular business travel will cut down, and people will more and more move on to what you call video conferencing, Zoom conferencing. All that will happen. Suppose you are having an office, and the office, all of you will be expected to come into the conference and will be able to contribute towards that. And the other most important thing is the office hierarchy will get broken. Most of the structures will become flat or little wavy, and each vertical will be able to connect. And also you will have connection, like many people will work in different parts of India, and they will be connected with Zoom or some kind of a technique app which will help them to work. So you will have the internet connection becoming stronger. So if you are in this thing, like many people work in different parts of Madras, but they connect with a common app. In the same way, they will get connected with the All India, All Global. The other most important thing is you will also have as lot of part-time workers which will be happening. There will be no permanent working. You hire people, hire a team, and then you release it across. That will be the future model of business. It won't be like this or like that. It will be hire and fire basis. The corporation will undergo a change. It won't be like you're telling people that, okay, I'm going to work for next 20 years, 30 years. There won't be any kind of permanency as far as the job is concerned. So job cuts will be very, very natural, and many people will find it very, very difficult to accept that these kind of instability will be happening. You will also be born in one country, travel to many countries, you will get educated in many countries, and you will get and married to many countries. For example, a guy can be born in India, he might grow up in UK, and then he might study in Azerbaijan, and then he can have a job in New Zealand, he can get married to a Italian, and he might have his children in New York City. So the globe is going to be like a village where people will crisscross the globe a lot. So in that sense, travel industry will increase and national identity will get erased. Many people, you cannot come to a conclusion what kind of nationality you are as a person. That is going to change a lot with people, and many people will not have a national identity. It will be a multinational identity. Imagine an Indian woman getting married to a Jewish man, and she's having a what you call Negro mother, a daughter-in-law, and she's having a what you call it as a white women father and mother-in-law. Like that, interracial marriage will increase, and also love marriage will increase, and all types of marriage will increase. So please understand this. And anyway, I saw one lady getting married to a dog. People will love dogs in the future so much that most of the people having kids will become a big issue, and people will try to have a lot of problem with regard to that. IVF will become a norm, and many people will go into artificial insemination like the bull and the cow, and they will not find it very, very easy to inseminate, impregnate, and there will be a lot of problem will be there. So please understand, this will be a big model shift which will be happening, and many people will choose career and money over the family. You will see people getting married and living at two different parts of the continent, two different parts of the state, two different parts of the city, and they would probably meet in the weekend. So people will be very, very interested. Women will choose their career before the marriage, and also they would like to keep their career and money strong. This will undergo a massive shift. Earlier it was not like that, but then this will undergo a massive shift. And the other one is, you will also have a lot of adoption which will be happening. Lot of people will adopt children, and adoption will be a very, very common thing across. So please don't misunderstand me if I tell you this particular thing. So the part 2 of the video, what all the other trends will come for you. Please do take care, and this is Gopalakrishnan signing off. You like us, subscribe and click the bell icon. You will get a lot of useful update which will be very, very helpful for your life. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best, and may you do well in your life.